So we are getting into this post full moon, Ashe, super moon energy co-creator. And your girl want to be in the business a little bit, right, Ashe? So we are asking your angels, your guides, your spiritual team, source, creator, the mother, all that love and support you, right? What is the takeaways? What energies are you coming out with, right? What do you need to know? Right? And all the above about this post full moon in Taurus energy, right? Where spirit again asks us to go within, right? And most importantly, in that Taurus energy, to find our self-worth, to find self-security, right? Security, talking about the home, finances, right? Talking about our self-worth, because baby, you are worth something. I hear you are priceless, right? And then we're releasing, we're crying, we're letting go of old concepts, old beliefs, right? So that we can bring in more of that energy of self-worth, more of that energy of, I'm hearing, of inner comfort, of inner security, of inner love. Ashe. So we are going to go to the archetype deck. And archetypes really are just patterns, right? Ways of being, right? Our zodiac signs are archetypes. So spirit is saying we're going to give you a few archetypes for you to kind of tap into and understand and help navigate Ashe through this post full moon in Taurus energy. Ashe. Let's get to the cards. So as I head over to the cards, of course, I split it, and the card, the siren, comes up, right? And we're going to keep this co-creator because I've been feeling that mermaid energy, right? For this collective, especially for this month. And we're talking about emotions, we're talking about feelings, because the mer, right? The ocean, hello. So they are deep in that energy, and they're on the flip side of the coin, right? The mer is a loving and a playful type of energy. And so again, spirit is saying, even though we may be crying, even though we may be dealing with some heavy emotions, even though we may be dealing with shadow work, there is always an element of fun. Yes, an element of danger, right? Because they're saying with this siren energy, but understand that danger is only fear, right? Right, we understand that everything happens for a reason, right? And if we don't call in danger in our life, then danger does not find us. Ashe. But we do find the darkness from sometimes, right? Or from time to time, we do find contrast from time to time. So spirit says, as you go through this shadow work, right? As you go through this introspection, also, or introspection, Ashe, also realize that there is a lighter side. As we release, we become lighter, right? We avoid, spirit says, the pitfalls and the danger, right? And the card that comes up, of course, is the eternal child. Because this is what this collective is about, Ashe. Connecting with and healing that eternal child, that inner child. Let's get into your messages, Ashe. And they telling me to start with the siren, so let's start with the siren, Ashe. The temptress, the seducer, the female fatality, Ashe. The siren calls and the world spins. What we thought we wanted pales in comparison to the sweet allure of her song. We find ourselves lost in a spell of desire and longing, perhaps even lust. Whether the thing calling to us is ultimately good or bad, Ashe, is somewhat irrelevant. It's the journey that matters, and the work of the siren is to take us on a deep psychic descent. Come on now, when we talk about that introspection. Following her song, we go down, 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 to a place where lessons are learned and courage must be rallied to find our way back to dry land. Try as we might, resisting the call may not even be an option, unless, like the Odyssey, we bind our hands to the mast of our ship. It's likely, though, that falling for her call is the only way we will come to live more fully on the surface. When in light, awaken sensuality, absorption, arousal. When in dark, wickedness, adultery, wreckage, betrayal, instability. Right? So again, there's that energy of of awakening, of fun, of tapping into your desires, and also the energy of wreckage, of sabotage, right? So spirit says that in these deep energies, co-creator, we can choose. And they say leave it there. We can choose. That is the lesson of the siren. Ashe. The eternal child. Because spirit says neither path, right, is good or bad. You can stay and listen to that song and probably have the most amazing, right, song that you've ever had sang to you, right, and be in danger, and you can also plug your ears and move on, right, and 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 move forward. Ashe. So the eternal child, the inner child, the child of joy. The eternal child is connected to the timeless, ageless, and infinite aspects of life. It is radiant and fearless and seeks joy above all else and at any cost. It struggles being bound to an aging body with physical limitations in a world that demands attention to detail and logistics. The eternal child wants to mix all rules and responsibility and go beyond what others say is possible. It wants to return with plenty of friends to the land of the free, where divine wine and creativity pour from the earth and sky. We all want to sip from the well of eternal youth, and this makes the eternal child naturally popular, perhaps even famous. The eternal child glimmers. It reminds us of what is possible, what is magical about this precious life. When in light, joyful, playful, accepts all magic. When in dark, addictive, selfish, adrift, burns out. Right? So again, it's that energy of going within, finding that joy, right? And also grounding that joy here in that Taurus energy in our or within ourselves, right? In the energy of self-worth, in the energy of inner security. Right? So Spirit says this super full moon, understand the folly or the trap behind going so deep that you feel like you cannot come out, because there is always joy. There is always rebirth. There is always reawakening. There is always a lighter side to the coin. Namaste and Ashe, Master, Co-Creator.